In this tutorial, we'll show you how you can set up your on-call schedules and escalation policies within your Zenduty teams. On-call schedules are set at the team level. In this example, we have the IT operations team, which consists of two schedules: the IT support primary on-call rotation and the IT support secondary on-call rotation. The IT support primary on-call rotation consists of two shifts: the weekday shift starting from Monday 9 a.m. to Friday at 6 p.m. and the weekend shift that starts from Friday at 6 p.m. to Monday at 9 a.m. The weekday shift consists of Michael and Jim in rotation, and the weekend shift consists of Kevin and Dwight in rotation. For the IT support secondary on-call rotation, we have Oscar, Pam, and Daryl. This rotation is a 7-day continuous shift starting from Monday 9 a.m. to the Monday the following week at 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and create our IT support secondary on-call rotation first, and then we'll create the IT support primary on-call rotation. To create an on-call schedule, navigate to your Teams page and click on the Schedules tab. Click on Create Schedule. Let's give the schedule a name. Let's select a time zone. Every single shift is referred to as a layer on Zenduty. Now, since this is a 7-day continuous shift, we're going to create a single layer. We're going to name this layer as the weekly shift. The shift length is going to be 7 days. The shift will start on a Monday at 9 a.m. and it will end in 2022. So this is the absolute end time. The users in order are Oscar, Pam, and Daryl. So Oscar will be the first person to go on call, and Pam will go on call the week later, and then Daryl a week later. So let's go ahead and add Oscar, Pam, and Daryl. To visualize your on-call rotation, you can click on the day view, the week view, or the month view, and you'll be able to see who's on call for your months. Let's go ahead and click on Create. And as you can see, we have the IT support secondary on call that's created. Let's go ahead and create our IT support primary on-call rotation. We'll navigate back to our schedules page and we'll click on Schedule, Create Schedule. I'm going to select the time zone as US Pacific. Now, the IT support primary on-call rotation is divided into two shifts. That's the weekday shift and the weekend shift. And therefore we would have two layers. So let's go ahead and create a first layer, which is the weekday shift. The shift length is 7 days. Even though the shift length here is from Monday to Friday, that is 5 days, we're going to use the layer restriction function. We're going to start this on a Monday, again at 9 a.m. and we're going to end this in June 2022. Our users in order are Michael and Jim. Now, as you can see right here, that we have Michael and Jim who are on rotation for the entire week, not just for Monday through Friday. And therefore, to restrict this layer to specific times of the week, that is from Monday 9 a.m. to Friday 6 p.m. We're going to use the restrict this layer feature, and we're going to restrict it to specific times of the week. So we're going to start with Monday 9 a.m. to Friday 6 p.m. So now if we visualize the rotation on a week basis, I'll be able to see that this specific layer, that is the weekday shift, starts on Monday at 9 a.m. and ends on Friday at 6 p.m. Let's go ahead and create our second layer, that is the weekend shift. Now the weekend shift will be for 1 week, and we're going to restrict that 1 week shift to just from Friday 6 p.m. to Monday 9 a.m. So our start time is going to be Friday at 6 p.m. and we're going to end it in June 2022. Our users in order are Kevin and Dwight. So let's go ahead and select Kevin and Dwight. So as you can see right here, we have Kevin and Dwight. They're on call for, rather they're covering the entire week. So we need to restrict their layer. And again, we're going to use the restrict in terms of a week. So we're going to say times of the week. And we're going to say restrict this layer from Friday 6 p.m. to Monday 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and create this schedule. So we have the IT support primary on call. And if I look at the month view, let's look at what our shift looks like in July. So we have Michael, who starts his shift on July 6th at 9 a.m. and ends his shift on July 10th at 6 p.m. And then we have Kevin, who starts his weekend shift from July 10th 6 p.m. to July 13th at 9 a.m. And as you can see, the weekday shift rotates between Michael and Jim, and the weekend shift rotates between Kevin and Dwight. Now, if for some reason a specific user is not, or a specific on-call engineer is not available for a period of time, let's say that the on-call engineer is either sick or not available, the on-call engineer can create an override for his shift. So over here, if let's say that if I look at the week view, and if Michael won't be available from Friday midnight to 12 p.m. what Michael can do is he can override the shift and assign that to Kevin. So let's create a schedule override. And I'm going to say from Friday 12 a.m. to Friday 12 p.m. and I'm going to assign this override to Kevin. So as you can see that Zenduty will create a new layer, the override layer, where you'll be able to see the overridden user and the user that is taking over the shift for Michael for that specific 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. period. Once you update, the override will also be in effect. Let's go ahead and cover the concept of escalation policies. Escalation policies let you define exactly who should be notified whenever a specific service encounters a downtime. Each service is mapped to a specific escalation policy. Escalation policies are defined at the team level. You can have multiple escalation policies, and you can have services pointing to a single escalation policy. To create an escalation policy, navigate to your team page, and in the Escalation Policies tab, click on Create Escalation Policy. So I'm going to create an escalation policy for P2 IT support. And over here, I'm going to add the IT support primary on call as the first person that needs to be notified. And then if the primary on call does not respond within 10 minutes, I would like for the IT support secondary to be notified. And if none of them respond to the incident, that is acknowledge the incident within 20 minutes, I would like the alert to go to the manager, Dwight, and the manager, that's Michael, and the assistant manager, that is Dwight. Let's go ahead and create our P2 IT support escalation policy. You can also add a repeat to the escalation policy. So if let's say that an incident is triggered and it executes this escalation policy, if neither the IT support primary on call, nor the secondary on call, nor the managers respond within 20 minutes, you can repeat this cycle, and then after Michael and Dwight are notified and they do not respond, it will go back to the IT support primary who would be notified again. You can also use this flag, the move to next rule, if no user is found in the current rule flag, in case your on-call schedule does not have a user currently on call. So whenever Zenduty, or rather if Zenduty does not find anybody on call in the IT support primary schedule, it will move on automatically to the IT support secondary without waiting for the mandatory 10-minute period. Let's go ahead and associate one of our services to our escalation policy. To associate a service, just navigate to the service settings and select the escalation policy, and then click on save. To see who's currently on call for various escalation policies, click on the Who's on Call button and then expand the escalation policy. So as you can see right now, since it's the weekday, it's a Wednesday right now, Michael would be on call. Next Wednesday, it would be Jim. Now, whenever an incident is triggered, so let's go ahead and trigger an incident and assign it to the P2 IT support. So as you can see that the moment an incident is triggered, it will execute the escalation policy and it will automatically assign the incident to whoever is on call for that specific escalation policy. Now, if I look at the timeline, I'll be able to see where your users were notified at what time. Now, if we wait for another 5 minutes, then the alert will get escalated to the next level. So in this video, we've covered how you can add an on-call schedule, how you can create an escalation policy, how you can map a service to a specific escalation policy, and how you can override a schedule. In our next tutorial, we'll cover how you can create custom incident priorities and SLA alerts.